Today marks the one-year anniversary of the death of George Floyd. This afternoon, about 50 people got together in Youngstown to not only remember Floyd, but to talk about the movement that his death has fueled. Here's First News reporter Jacob Thompson.
Outside of the Union Baptist Church, local church and community leaders spoke as today marks the one-year anniversary since the murder of George Floyd.
Protest against violence, brutality, especially toward black people, quickly spread across the United States and globally.
Pastor Michael Harrison talked about the number of African Americans who have died in police-involved shootings since Floyd's death.
We're here because we need to have action, and action needs to take place, and it can only take place when the cry of the people is heard.
Since Floyd's death, protests have spread throughout the country, using his death as a launching point to call for police reform.
I feel it was not so much just one moment, but a slow motion representation of the black experience in America.
Since then, leaders in Washington introduced a bill at police reform and accountability. It's called the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2021. So far, it has passed the House and is now in the Senate. Members of today's rally called for support of the bill.
But we don't want this to be another black man who died in vain.
Since last summer, local police chiefs have been called to an open forum, speaking about police reform and having a conversation on change. So far, they've had 5 of these meetings. Reverend Kenneth Simon said progress has been made.
As several of our police departments are moving toward the use of body cams and attempting to address the issue of racial profiling by adopting bias-free policing policies.
In Youngstown, Jacob Thompson, WKBN 27 First News.